Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's that moment you've all been waiting for. It's the hot, piping hot map of the week. And I'm joined here with Alex Machine Richardson. You're going to be doing some casting. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm excited because you've set the scene so well. We got to see you and Chad talking about it. We spoke about it on the desk. There is a reason this is called the hot match of the week.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It's a team where they're going up against an old prestige name, Fnatic. Space Soldiers performed well at the major. They managed to come second place at WESG, a huge prize for them, $300,000 in their back pockets. They're getting better and better. They're a team to look out for. They used to be an underdog. Now they're a real contender at the top end of the scene. They actually could cause some damage here, potentially take a map. And
that's what's so crazy is you're against Fnatic, who have just got $1 million in 3 weeks of gameplay offline. However, we know this is the domain where Space Soldiers thrive. They will not give 99%. They will be giving everything they've got in order to pick up this win and, of course, getting to Dallas. They're almost there, admittedly, which may take their foot a little bit off the gas. But a win versus Fnatic is just... They still are at the stage where, holy hell, we could beat Fnatic.
Last season, Fnatic actually came at the very top of the Pro League standing. So definitely a team going to be difficult to take down. They were good last season. And in terms of the overall form, they're twice as good now in terms of winning trophies, back to their winning ways. Golden seems like he's got this team, as we just saw, kind of discussing his ideas and favourite pizzas and stuff. He's got these guys rounded up, and they're looking like they're in championship form and ready to cause a real... kind of
You're going to say upset there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. A real impressive kind of 2018 overall, a rounded up performance, I think. I think they're going to win maybe one more trophy this year.
Yeah, I think Fnatic have kind of made it... They've thrown down the gauntlet with these 2 back-to-back offline wins, especially considering prior to that they were in Kiev and were last place. Actually, the first team eliminated. So this has been a very stark turnaround, a very quick turnaround from Fnatic. I actually did a quick interview when I was at home with Jumpy. I was talking to him. And I kind of was dancing around the topic of why was Golden potentially being removed, and he just made it really clear that Katowice was enough for them to just kind of... So that was something they were talking about prior. Yeah, Katowice was plenty
I'm sure they had their eyes on Exist.
I wouldn't be surprised,
That would mean a player like, well, we need to replace this guy. We need
Swedish
leader.
That
would have made a lot of sense. Obviously, he's in phase now, substituting for them, but that was obviously a choice that was probably being discussed, and he's managed to keep his spot, I think, deservedly so. Like, he was an in-game leader with no real top-end experience coming in to try and hold some of the biggest names in CSGO at a leash and try to tell them what to do.
It is a crazy concept.
Yeah, and it worked out. They've won back-to-back championships with Katowice, and it's insane how this turnaround's come in. Took a while, 2 years to find a trophy, but here are the stats of Pro League so far. Between these two teams, no surprise there. Flusher might be the very top there in terms of ADR.
Bloody hell.
Zantares, definitely no surprises at the top of this team. He is a beast. If he's having one of those games where he's like turning up, it's very difficult to contain him.
Yeah, and actually, Chad was telling me on the desk just before we were doing that pre-match that in the Pro League, statistically, it goes simple, Zantares, Calyx. Like, I mean, the two of them have been having fantastic performances.
Calyx is a beast as well. Like, these are hard-hitting players, and I think pound for pound, Space Soldiers can contend with Fnatic in terms of skill. It's just down to the teamwork. I think Fnatic, especially Mirage, will be going first. They're certainly a very good team. They can have their inconsistency. Sometimes they can have very quiet evenings on it. So we'll see which kind of Fnatic turns up tonight. We haven't really cast them that much on this stream, particularly in recent weeks. So it's nice to see them back on it. Hot match of the week as well. It's build is the most exciting one. I think it could be in terms of high-flying, high-octane CS. This could deliver. So we'll see what happens here. Fnatic side on the T side. We're going to have a look at their purchases here, see if any upgraded pistols come out. Doesn't look like it. Quite a basic approach in terms of utility. Just one smoke, one Molotov. So just a probably good B side, I would say, instead of the traditional A side. Commentators are Just Henry G and Machine.
Just Henry G. That's right. We're going to be jumping into this one, and we're going to be just getting to see exactly how the Fnatic boys are going to be approaching this pistol round. We do see a 4-man stacking towards middle and early pressure. Forces Zantares off of window, but information gathered, and actually they didn't look like they're going to be stopping. This is no info play. They're just charging off, and they have smoked Zantares out. That's a big player, locked out for 15 seconds. See now. Zantares down to 6. They're catching him through that smoke. It's brutal. It's down to Calyx on CT. It was past tense because he's been deleted. Electro doing the dirty work, and now Crim's continuing to lay down the fire. That one smoke grenade has truly sabotaged any hope of being able to deal with this A attack. Nice work from Fnatic. It was down to Zantares initially on that window position, and even Golden's got a prime position, but Paz is having none of it.
It was looking quite good for Golden, absolutely. The 3-on-3 retake begins, but it feels like the bomb's a little bit too far gone. They've got 3 kills to find and a bomb to defuse. Crims can't find the shot, though. Paz going to town on Fnatic right now. He'll finally be left in a winnable situation. Lecro towards CT spawn. Yes, the bomb is really too far gone at this point. Engine had to find that shot to find any chance. There's no chance of defusing now. Lecro will finish things off. 3 kills for Paz. Lecro with the 4K, and Fnatic are off to a flying start. But Space Soldiers certainly sent out a message that they're going to be competing for this. They've got the players that can find the shots.
I was casting like that round was all said and done, and Paz just shut me the hell up. I mean, that was incredible. Getting to see him get that first frag onto Golden, okay, we give him the benefit of the doubt, 1 frag, but then he comes into the site and just slams his fist on the table.
He absolutely does. There will be a force buy here of sorts. 2 players not all in. You can see the CZ. Deagle's out for Xantares, Calyx, and Engine. So watch out for those guys. See if they can light it up. Paz, just without USP. He is the AWPer, of course, but not really going to have much to say in this particular round, especially when they're coming towards his position. If he gets 1 kill, I'll be very impressed. Xantares might have to soften the opponents up as the smokes come in towards connector and the window. JW will be clearing out the connector first, and then they'll probably make their way up towards short to see what's available to them. Xantares with some speculative shots there towards short. Golden will be taking care of business, so nice shot towards Paz, like we said. Not really much chance for him. Engine burns down to 55 HP and now still has his work cut out for him.
More chances for Engine though. His positioning is prime. He has got a smoke grenade once he gets this frag. If he does need to disappear, but Flusher flying high with the MAC-10. Nothing you can do about that one. Incredibly accurate, those SMGs, even when you are airborne, and that will be a nice, easy closeout from Crims. A quick double kill to put the second on the board.
Well, there we have it. 3 players survive for Fnatic. They do negate the force buy, and it will be a fully Canaan round number 3 towards the B-bomb. So they went. No rush, though, Alex. That's the headline, and that's what I like to see. No rushes towards B. We discussed this yesterday, didn't we? We kind of the idea of not rushing B against the Pistols.
Yeah, but it's not even necessarily the question of rushing. It's just more a question of, you know, it being all of your players. There's just so many flexibilities. There's so many ways that CTs can either be stacked. And talking of stacked, this is exactly what we're seeing here. If 4 players pushing up towards short. And actually, JW could get a bit of a surprise here if he turns that corner. Nades coming in, though. That looks good. And, oh, it's a massacre. He's even pushing in with the knife. He's going to stab him, or at least try to. No. Slashing. And, oh, he's not going to quite go down. Paz cut down to size. And there's another player just in that smoke. He's really having some fun here, JW. He's had a great round for him, and the round will be going Fnatic's way. Crim's the one to secure it.
Well, there we have it. A knife kill. Some exciting action. I did say it would be a little bit high-flying. There we go. It will be 3-0 for Fnatic. The AWP's going to come out, though, for Major this time, assuming Paz will get one as well. Maybe just being dropped by his in-game leader. This grenade did a ton of damage, and Flusher was able to find the shot to the Deagle. Then the knife comes out. Here comes Mr. Stabby Stab.
Here's Johnny.
$1,500 in the back pocket. And it will be a double AWP setup, absolutely. Oh, that... Okay, I looked misfriend, but it's fine to me. It's going to be Paz who will be AWPing from the connector. No smoke or Molotov coming to his position just yet, so he can hold strong. Flusher got his work cut out for him. How is he going to push him back at this point?
Double AWP, in fact, on the first buy round. Didn't quite notice that myself. Interesting to know that they're both invested into holding middle. They're well aware Fnatic have quite the finesse when it does come towards that 1-3-1 split, but instead, not today. And they are congregated towards that A site, perhaps hoping for a misstep from those aggressive CTs. And talking of aggressive, look at Paz, just clearing out underpass. These guys are looking for complete respect in middle.
Well, it will be an A finish from Fnatic. You can see them probing towards the Palace and A ramp. Smoke for CT spawn here thrown by Lecro. That'll be deployed momentarily, and they might just go in off this. A couple of flashbangs. Very basic execution. 2 players at the A ramp. JW making himself known at the Palace as well. Good shot by Calyx, though, in the open, and that's what you'll get if you do not deploy all the smokes and the Molotovs required. It's looking quite comfortable now for Fnatic, but they turn it around. Xantares and Calyx, the deadly duo of Space Soldiers, get dropped. Same story, though, for JW. 3-on-3, still anyone's round. Bomb yet to be planted, and with 40 seconds on the clock, believe it or not, Fnatic don't have to fully commit to this. They could fall back. They opt to stay, though. Flusher starts edging his way towards the connector, and Paz to be challenged once again.
You can see Paz missing that shot could cost him, but fortunately that double AWP is working out. Major catches him from all the way back at B short. Crims and Lecro then do remain for Fnatic. This has been a bit of a back and forth round with 20 seconds left. He's a bit cautious to be getting that bomb down, but does so and extends that clock. Now, down to the duo, and oh, look at that from Engine. So trigger happy with that one. Just bursts Crims down. Lecro's in a prime position, but they know exactly where he is. There's too many angles for these guys to approach from. I say that, maybe they haven't necessarily locked his location down. Major will, though. And that will be the first for Space Soldiers. First weapon round and first round on the board.
There we go. The double AWP setup succeeds. Major and Paz both finding kills. 2 for Major. Engine, lovely shot there to actually find Crims at the back of the bomb site. Really crispy stuff as he's silenced M4 to Perfect effect, and it will be Engine picking up an AK-47 at the end there. Still plenty of money for Fnatic there. Remember, that was the first gun run after finding the 3-0. So now they've got the work cut out for them. Does Flusher or maybe JW bring out the AWP? We'll see. Flusher, different team.
Why not? Swedish, though.
Flusher does bring out the UMP, and there will be 4 AKs to go with them. They have opted for all the utility. Remember, Flusher likes the UMP regardless.
Front page of Reddit. Fnatic roster changes leaked.
Forest is in, apparently. But we'll see whether Paz can continue that good form he showed in the previous round.
Why is that bomb at T-spawn? Looks like a lot of this posturing from Fnatic is not going to be followed up by a bomb plant just yet. Intentional or not, Molotov is going to make them a little uncomfortable. Can't find the angles they need to towards window. In the meantime, Engine did catch Flusher. Man down towards A. Excuse me, that was actually Flusher. Flusher was the one that was pushing up towards B apps. He's already met his demise on B. Crim's quick to equalize, though.
Yeah, takes down Zantara as a key scalp in the Space Soldiers machine, as Calyx will be left alone on A for now. He has got rotations coming in the form of Paz with the AWP, and indeed Engine, who's in CT spawn as well, so they are causing a hard retake here. The bomb is still down in spawn, like he said, so they can't really commit. One player will have to go back. There's Lecro to go pick up the bomb. JW's just sneaking through the smoke here, and he'll be punished for that. Down he goes. Another clean round by the looks of things here from Space Soldiers. Just Lecro remaining. He's got the bomb and 50 seconds, but it's going to be quite obvious at this point.
And that's an AWP. That's an AWP in kitchen. This is going to be a tough cross. You just have to jump and hope. Lecro instead gives him that peek, and it will be another round for Space Soldiers. These double AWPs are working. You know, you see it as a bit of a trick, a bit of a fallback option, but I mean, immediately they decide they're going to be pulling it out, and it has been rewarded.
Certainly has. It's looking quite good. Absolutely so. Paz and Major not really giving much up since they bring out the double AWPs, and it looks like an eco now for the Fnatic boys.
JW. I am uncomfortable when there's 2 AWPs.
Yeah, against pistols. Yeah, it could be a bit of a nightmare. They've got 3 nades, and obviously, if he's setting himself up, maybe he can nade the window after the smoke goes in. That could be quite interesting. It looks like that could be exactly the case. Needs to be deployed momentarily, but they take one in the face themselves. It's done a lot of damage there, about 80 between the 5 of them. It will be Major to try and shut them down here as they do cross towards middle, trying to dodge a flashbang. That's why he's turning away. Flashing himself. Zantaras will get the first kill as he'll back up his teammates towards the underpass there. Lecro ready and waiting with that deadly deagle he always seems to possess.
Yeah, if there's one thing Lecro is known for, it is that Desert Eagle. He does a whole lot with that $700. Spectacular work from him once again. Just a quick beheading of Zantaras. He's actually been one of the first to fall in almost every round so far. We're losing him early, and Fnatic, or rather Space Soldiers, excuse me, are finding success without him.
Yep, well, they will recover the rifle as well. Whether it will help them is yet to be seen. JW doesn't have armor, so you might want to give that to Lecro perhaps and get thrown a deagle in response, but he is actually in the window. So he won't be able to sort that out just yet. This could be holding up and holding for any sort of mistakes at this point as his teammates get ready towards B. They've said JW have the rifle. He just needs to come in and try and clean up once they've caused the rotations here.
Right.
It's unlikely that Fnatic get much more than a trade, maybe even a plant, but at this point it looks like Engine should be able to spray most of them down.
One would think so. JW, the only slight catalyst in Fnatic's success here. We'll see if it does pay off. At the moment, though, they're just going to get mauled. You would expect Engine, though. He's going to be put to the test. 3 players swarming his bomb site right now. In the meantime, we did see Paz go down, and there's Major with 1. Looks for a second. It's going to be close quarters. He's going to get pressured now. This is where the pistols are scary. Calyx is there to babysit only just, though. Major on a scrap of HP. 10 points to his name. 10 seconds, though, and that's going to be Calyx to save the day. Good grief. Without Calyx, that could very well have spiraled, and they did get 3 frags with a very minor investment from Fnatic, and just keeping Space Soldiers on their toes as we find ourselves at a level playing field, 3-3, and the weapons are coming back out. No AWP in play from the Swedes, though. Yeah, they haven't actually deployed one as of yet. Their first gun round, or I guess first proper round, they went flush on the UMP instead. So JW soon to bring out the AWP, I'm sure. They need something to shut this one down. I'd say the execution is where they want to be at this point, as they set up towards middle. Bomb with them this time, as Golden will be flashed off and just be waiting for any sort of CT aggression to come through. JW towards that underpass, so Zantara is so good in this connector. Ready to frag, wants to trade, doesn't even have to do that. Finds a clean kill to open things up as JW will be dropped. Now Paz still fighting towards middle spots. Golden can't quite find the shot though. It is such a scary prospect when you know the smokes have cleared and you know there's 3 players looking straight at you. These are the kind of flashbangs you need from your teammates, and he's got tag it on towards Lecro down to 45. Forced off of his position though, 1 smoke grenade, and you have to start getting your wiggle on, repositioning actually towards A. Crims, though, getting stealth map control. He's going to be taking towards short. In fact, he's got a partner in crime as well. It's going to be Lekro and Crims all strolling. Golden's behind them as well. This is going to be a burst onto BS, even boosting him for that angle, and it is rewarded. Engine taken down. Now 4 versus 3. The numbers do favor the defense, though. Major in trouble. Lekro's going to get himself a first frag of the round, and now down to a level playing field once again. Time's not a factor, but Lekro is a double kill so far from him.
Down to 1 HP as well. Lucky to be alive, and that might just be enough to force a save out the CTs. Calyx going to explore his options, at least towards the kitchen, but I think they'll be better off saving at this point. They have not really got many grenades to work with. A speculative grenade towards the kitchen entrance, but they will indeed fall back, and Fnatic will take the lead back at the very same time. Good work by Lekro there. That key duel with Xantares going down to 1 HP. Could have been a huge difference maker there in the retake overall.
That's when you open... Oh, I was about to say open your console. That's not a thing, is it?
No.
Yeah, he's like, minus 99!
Yeah.
Little does he know. But they are going to be keeping those weapons, and an important weapon to keep as well. Let's not forget, Paz has been instrumental. Not necessarily in his openings. He hasn't been opening the round up too much, but 6 frags to his name, and majority with that AWP. You can see this frag. This is what we're talking about here. He gets the first, and look how close to this been. This is the swing frag here. Just one frag, one opportunity, and down to 1 HP. Very different had that gone the other way.
Absolutely so. Money's still there for Space Soldiers. Will this be their last 5? It doesn't work out. Everyone fully invested. Engine on the UMP. And Paz, quick kill towards middle. That's JW with the sniper taken down very early on there. Good shot from Paz. Just what they need in these sort of rounds. Electro dancing with the devil there towards middle. And Paz keeping the man advantage. It's smart play. Doesn't want to challenge again. Just think, well, I'll maintain his man advantage. Xantares is not using the same methodology at all. He wants to fight. He wants to swing out towards the underpass and gets a dink offshore, but gives the man advantage technically back to the T's. It certainly favors the terrorist forces when it goes down to a 4-on-4.
It is so interesting, isn't it? When you watch Space Soldiers play, their roles are so clear. Xantares has evidently been given the responsibility of watching under window, watching underpass, and being that connector player. And rewarded the first 2 times, and into the third, there's 2 players waiting for him. Golden was the one to take the heavy hit, Flush is the one to get the frag. So operating with just 12 points of health now, the in-game leader. Ex-Fnatic Academy, and look how far he's come. Oh, Major had so much information waiting around that corner. Didn't get it, neither did Paz yet. And it's a very integral yet, because he continues to push forward. Bomb is starting to position itself towards A, though. Hank, looks like we're going to be ending up there.
Absolutely so. They'll boost the player up towards window. It's going to be Flusher. Give him that responsibility. We'll see whether he can make this work. They've cleared out CPL. Passed over. Another shot with the AWP. Takes down the low HP player. 4 versus 3 now. Will be an A finish. See the bomb down at A ramp. And it will be Lekro on the Tetris box. It's all down to Flusher, really. He has to make something happen here. Lekro, the AWP. Finding shots with his teammates dropping around him. 3-on-2. 15 seconds remaining. There still is hope here, though. As Crims takes Paz.
Major has to hit the frag. Now 10 seconds left. The bomb's close, but not close enough for Lekro. He needs to retrieve it. The bomb has to go down, or he has to hit that frag. 6 seconds. He's taking too long. Gonna have to start punching in the digits. And through the box. Engines having none of that nonsense. Scavengers away the AWP as well, and we find 4.
Whoever won that round was going to force their opposition to an eco, and it's down to the wallbang in the end. Here it comes. 4 seconds remaining. It was so clean as well. He knew exactly where he was going to plant. 3 bullets fired and an instant headshot received. There we go, and it will be a partial buy here from Fnatic. 4-4, nothing in this whatsoever. Money still right on the wire for Space Soldiers, but no significant investment from Fnatic. Suggests Xantares. Oh, I thought he was going to push middle there. Could have had an absolute party. He's going to go for it. There are players at the top, Golden and Lekro, waiting for him. Golden fades away towards the B apartments.
What's the thought process from Lekro there? Just waiting for his teammates perhaps, and oh, goes wide, and it's going to be 2 from Xantares. Nearly a third, expecting JW. Unable to convert, just very swift with that Desert Eagle.
Lovely stuff. 2 kills, but he does give up a rifle, and that could mean it could go a bit wrong here. As Calyx only has the FAMAS on the side, turns his attention away towards the A ramp, but not a clean shot for JW. Didn't want to take it just yet. Uses the information for his teammate. Called that he's made his way towards the bomb site. Will they be able to take him down? And that's a question altogether. Paz will hit another one, and that's going to be the round. Lovely work by him. He's hitting most of his shots right now. Nothing too flashy, just hitting the ones he absolutely has to. And Major to finish things off. Obviously, an unarmored Flusher there will get chewed apart by the UMP.
It's interesting, isn't it, that we often say nothing too flashy, or he's not a flashy AWPer. And yet, when we talk about those flashy AWPers, we tend to be quite critical of them. The likes of Drak and the likes of, I mean, yeah, Guardian can be flashy at times, I admit. He's perhaps the exception to the rule, but a lot of the analysts, and I don't know about yourself, tend to prefer a Paz. 11 frags, he's hitting the shots he has to, he's peeking what he needs to.
Yeah, I do. If I'm talking about like a team I'm operating in,
what would you prefer?
I would prefer someone who's just a safe pair of hands, someone who can just hit the shots that are really required. I'm trying to think of my perfect AWPer within my team. Like, we'll come back to that, as it looks like Crims will be challenged towards the A ramp, and a challenge.
He's everywhere, isn't he?
Yeah, because Antares is absolutely everywhere. Hits another shot with FAMAS, and he knows he has to find more kills here. Goes towards the HE in the apartments. Works out quite nicely for him. Lands on the feet to JW. Still in return on the other side of the map. There's all sorts of action going on. Dinks are plenty as Major will fade off in towards the CPL room. Golden seems to know exactly where he is though after getting dinked up to 14 HP.
Let's see what Paz can do here. He's about to be tested, and again, Swift Flick. Another potential from Golden. He does have a Desert Eagle as that sidearm should he require. Golden's so low, but he's managed to do the damage either way. He had 9 points of health, excuse me, 14, and managed to get himself a second. Lekro another. Fnatic are not out of this yet. And here comes aggression. It's going to be rewarded for Lekro, though. One more, and Golden's done it. He had no HP, no hope, and they just jump into his jaws.
Yeah.
That's is there anything else other than an error? I can't think of anything else to call that.
Well, obviously they knew where Golden was because he got that shot towards the window. They had information. That's why Xantares probably got the call from his teammate that he'd been dinked, and he was just thought, well, he's probably towards mid boxes or towards Delpan. I'm just going to take this challenge. Obviously could have fallen back, but wanted to take the kill straight away, push the envelope. But unfortunately, Golden waiting for him, and it keeps things level once again. Such a back and forth game. No clear victor as of yet, but this will be an eco for Space Soldiers. A Fnatic, a real chance to take that lead once again, and we're certainly going to make it 6-5. As Antares holds on the A site. They have not got armor, they have not got nades. Just those upgraded pistols, 2 Deagles, actually 1 Deagle, 1 CZ, and a P250. That's about it. So very unlikely to get much more than maybe 1-2 kills. It should be a clean round from Fnatic. Lekro seems to think so as he takes down Engine to kick things off. Right towards shorts, and at this point, it's just up to Crims. He knows he's got a bit of freedom now, considering his teammates have done work, but he fluffs his lines a bit there. Can't control the wild spray of the Galil.
Yeah, that's going to be problematic, because now, admittedly, Golden's going to be saving the day, but they've managed to do the damage and more money for JW. He's got 5 frags, 2 of them are knives.
2 of them are knives, so he's made 3k in money just from knifing people, so that's not bad.
Very much Mr. Wexel himself,
yeah.
The Wonder Child. Bottom fragging, still knifing.
Still knife. That's the Bardolph approach. Use the knife as much as possible.
Because then if you die, you were just going for the knife.
People,
yeah, but if you get it, you're nuts.
Yeah.
It's actually a safe bet.
Yeah. Can't lose. Major and Engine, no armor in terms of helmets. Same story for Calyx as well, but the problem is, his AK is not really a problem. It's just a sign of the times as to where they're at. They're offering for utility instead of buying that precious helmet. It will be Crims to be tagged up to 12. I think that was a wallbang.
Where was that from?
From Engine. Yeah. So yeah, went for the wooden slat there towards short and actually wrecked him. So you can throw a Molotov to get them stuck in the corner, and then you wallbang straight after that, and it kind of wrecks anyone in the corner. You just like, I've had it happen to me a few times. You just start jumping around. It's like, no, please, no.
2 people just laying in bullets.
Oh, that's horrible. It's really annoying. If you do it well, you time the Molotov perfectly, you can be really powerful.
Like the deepest molly, so you
once it lands in the doorway.
So you can't even leave.
Exactly, so you have a very small radius you can actually sit in. Very nice.
I love Counter-Strike, man.
Yeah, well, here's Flusher. He'll be one of the last remaining players. 103 HP between the 2 of them, now just 100. Flusher loses JW. 4-on-1. I don't think he'll be doing much of this. Maybe 1 kill would be it. He has got the bomb. Will he fall back towards A? That's yet to be seen. I think he knows his round is over. It is now, as Paz will answer back. So back and forth. There's a tug of war going on right now.
It really is, and I think, you know, the end, it's going to just be that economical break. You win a round and get reset. That will be the determining factor of where that lead comes from, where we do see this economy start to shift. At the moment, it is neck and neck. It's really been inseparable, these 2 teams, and that's why we called it the hot match of the week. Nailed it, nail on head. Now let's have a little look. Another eco this time. We're going to be seeing, I hope, yes, Lekro does have the Deagle, and so, once again, we know damage can be done. It's going to be about doing this neat and tidy now from Space Soldiers. The round, they know, is theirs, or at least it should be.
That's
the molly.
So that's the one. Then the wallbang comes in and you just get really uncomfortable, really sweaty in the corner as the flames come in. So will Golden as he goes towards the connector. Flashed off though, won't be able to commit. An aid to the face.
Tasty.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt.
23%. That's mad, isn't it? That's like a what? 70, 67 damage? Damn it. Maths, why did I try and do that?
Why did you put yourself out there?
Look, I specify there's one thing I'm bad at. There's many things I'm bad at. One thing in particular. Mathematics.
That would be it.
Yeah.
And you are a good street jazz dancer from what I've heard.
Yeah, no, I've got some moves.
Ballet, street jazz, you had a...
Told you this in confidence.
You did have a rap.
Let's put it on public broadcast.
I'm just trying to give you a life story. I have to do like a This Is Your Life thing and bring out the big red book. That's kind of what.
Yeah, my mum's sitting there. She's got the VCR tapes of me as the Tin Man, singing Yellow Brick Road.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Yeah, and if you're ever wondering where some of my... Wow, Crims. We'll talk about that in a minute. Just spectacular towards CT. P250 long range, and looks like I've managed to change the topic here. Nice work from me. Second one, Flusher. Takes him down. And this is getting problematic. Calix is going to be pincered in from either angle. He smartly makes it a 1v1, but Crims is having none of it. This is an unlosable round. You should not have lost, never mind one player, 4 of them. Just P250s.
Well, he's not the strongest of fraggers within this team. He's got his work cut out for him here. Flusher and Crims to find. Luckily, only one of them, I say one and now, is one of them's got an AWP. Has the M4. He'll be coming in very slowly. Got so much work to do here. It's up to Fnatic to give him a window of opportunity. They gave him the shot. He can't deliver any sort of damage though. Flusher just watching for anyone crossing towards the site. This could be a lovely flick. Oof! Almost does damage towards Flusher, and now things getting very problematic indeed. Finds the first shot. No, he's already tagged him up. Might go for the full defuser. That's what I'd be doing, considering you've already made him go so low. And it's the jumping P250 shot. Of course it is. What else would be?
So I mean, this is why Fnatic are just such a unique entity. This is a 7-6 game. They genuinely are trying very hard. Of course, Dallas is on the line for these guys. They haven't had a spectacular Pro League season, and we're only 14 rounds in. We've had 3 knife kills. We've had Flusher jumping P250. This is Fnatic. Welcome. Where's JW's weapon? There it is.
And a full eco victory for Fnatic.
And a full eco victory, yeah. There you go. 14 rounds of play. And look at this. This is very much a bit of fun. Just charging out through the window. They're going to try and apply some pressure towards underpass. It's likely that smoke has guised the majority of their push. A duo of them heading towards that east side. No one there to receive them, though.
Well, this is
something.
P250s and Deagles. Doesn't look like much will come with it. Just one Deagle.
Oh, look at that.
And here's Lekro took the angle, but obvious the shots. There it is. It all comes together in the end. Takes 2 down. Looking for 8-6 here, almost guaranteed at this point. I say that though, Mage has found a kill and stolen away.
The pistol, such a powerful weapon in the right hands, and there's Calix demonstrating it again. Mage has done it already, and Crim smart positioning from him, but look at Major, he's making this hurt. This is such a mad game of Counter-Strike. Doesn't matter what weapons they have, every round is close. 3 weapons down this time from Fnatic. It's just back and forth, Hank.
It absolutely is.
What's the money sitch for space?
Not amazing. I think they've got enough for rifles, maybe a couple of compromises there. They'll have to choose either armor or no utility, something like that. What's all they go for? There's a compromise is coming in. It's going to have a UMP for pads. Antares, no nades whatsoever. Major, no armor. So yes, a buy, but not ideal. They've got 1 kit to work with. That's in the utility belts of Engine.
We have learned a lesson though. It's clear to them that they think Major having that up on B is more important than Paz holding middle with it.
They don't really have a dedicated one. So a lot of people say Fox should be in this team, you know.
Right. It certainly would be exciting, but here comes trouble. Engine gets the first, and he's going to be able to navigate under shadow, excuse me. Lekro is pushing in the flash, isn't going to get him, and he is deleted. Left to Major, then glass cannon as well. He can't take too many hits from Lekro. Just miss his first opportunity. Instead, going aggressive. You've got to love the play. It's ballsy, and he does retreat back behind the smoke. That is a chance. A distant one, admittedly. And this positioning from Flusher is almost guaranteed. It's good, nice weakness.
There it is, a very fast first half, Alex. That was Rock'em, Sock'em, Counter-Strike right there. And so we get into 9-6 in favour of Fnatic. They swap over. That's good news for them being on the CT side now with the advantage. As we'll see the highlights right now. Paz with some great rounds there.
High sense gaming.
Yeah, it's really high sense. That makes me feel a bit ill. As Antares, he's pushing towards middle, couldn't quite find the third. She saw that. Crow, some nice shots from him. He's a player that's really come into his own. Lots of potential in 2016. Really showed his worth at the beginning here at 2018. Lots of big moments from him and instrumental in the success of Fnatic.
Absolutely. Going to be jumping into the second half now, and there's lots of interesting questions that, you know, that Woxic story you started there. I do think that's an intriguing one, but I don't know who I'd want to replace. They do seem to be quite brotherly in their approaches.
I guess if it was me, Engine. Like just to kind of bring it, remove the least skilled player, quote unquote. But bring in a superstar AWPer, and then you've really got something quite special here, I think.
Yeah, Major and Paz currently equipping it, but we know Paz is definitely not too shabby on that rifle as well. And after showing their face middle, they do choose to retreat. Just a bit of early pressure, didn't try and get too much out of that one. And they'll be gathering their forces, decoy at top middle, which is no one's going to be falling for that one. And so Mirage falls quiet. Interesting distribution of players. They're actually taking the bomb Just the two of them towards A. Now, you don't get to see this necessarily all the time. 3 players could potentially be trying to draw attention to B here. They're in apartments. The bomb is elsewhere. This is going to be some Hollywood levels of acting here, Hank. They're trying to pull the wool over Fnatic's eyes. We're going B, guys. We're going B, I promise.
Yeah, it is a elaborate fake. Have to look at number 2 in the top left. We'll talk about this action, of course, but that's the storyline we really want to follow. Here he comes. Crims can't step up, and he was ready and waiting there, Alex. Didn't even take the bait, man. And he couldn't even do it. It's still an absolute chaotic situation over here at the B bomb site, and Space Soldiers are rolling heads right now, not giving anything up, and 4 players will survive. Fake not even really required there. Crims didn't take the bait whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, they're just lucky to get that frag. I mean, admittedly, it did work in the sense of him being the only one left on A, but interesting that Crims just... he didn't even move his crosshair. He was almost convinced that there was going to be at least one body lurking towards that Palace position, so smart work from Crims, unfortunately. For him, Xantares too quick on that trigger, and ooh, Paz was considering doing that strafing smoke towards window. That one still baffles me. How many seconds are you really saving? Xantares, lovely shot. He's guaranteeing a round for looks of things. This is a force buy, of course. All of the players from Fnatic are investing absolutely everything they've got. Not saving for the AWPs at all. There's a lot of confidence behind the round, perhaps. As they lost the first player, CZs are out in full force as the smokes get deployed. Looks like maybe a B split. They're going to check the connector first. Gordon waiting on the other side. He's by the steps right now. Engine fires a couple of shots towards the steps. Gets nothing for it. Golden repositions. And Crims all the way through the apartments here. Could actually find himself some decent timing. If he went now, they don't seem to be looking at it. They're checking back every now and then, but Crims could even deny the bomb making.
He's going to hear him. But Major, a bit too smart for him there. Does seem to be conscious of his positioning, and they know it hasn't been checked, and there's good communication from Space Soldiers. As a unit, they now advance, and this is where it's actually kind of awkward. They know where he is, or at least they have an idea of where he is. They've got the full control of the site. His teammates are getting rattled on with Calyx there on the Mac 10.
Comes Crims, though, the last chance. It doesn't look possible to win the round now, but he could steal away an AK and just run off, but Paz is a little bit too keen, knows exactly what's happening here. Crims, though, already in the A ramp, so the round's already guaranteed, but this is just following this thread to see whether Crims can find an AK, steal that for the next round, perhaps. That's really all he's got going for him, but everyone's leaving through the jungle area, so it doesn't look like he'll get anything out of this, but he will save the CZ and armor. Looks like Flusher will as well. He'll be a bit disappointed with that. Xantares might even find him here, spots him, takes him down, and unfortunately gets nothing done that round. It'll just be Flusher cowering a T-spawn as he hopes to save the CZ.
Oh, that's a frustrating state of affairs for Crims. You feel like you've got so much opportunity. You're hearing steps, you're pushed up, you've got position, your teammates are alive, and then just, you know, a series of unfortunate events leaves you not only without a weapon, but also a lot of time spent. 0 reward. Taking a look at the scores just quite quickly. The scores on the doors are giving Lekro a huge boost. Look at that, 18 frags from him. Very few players from Fnatic even breaking double digits. He's providing a lot for Fnatic to keep them afloat here. 9 to 8, and we are going to be seeing them once again on an absolutely pure eco, apart from that saved CZ from Flusher. Not going to stop Golden from doing just a little bit of damage with that USP. Long range against Kevlar and helmets, it's just going to be comical.
Well, they'll just be going in towards A from Connected. The bombs still haven't spawned though, so not going to be fully committing just yet. Paz ready and waiting. JW could have pounced with that Molotov being thrown to the corner, but Calyx is already there to take care of him. Not really much we can say about this round. There is a player on the side though, and he'll be dealt with as well. There's a lot of potentials there, but didn't really work out.
Lots of ifs and buts and maybes.
But there we go. Lekro and Flusher with a pretty much impossible task. Flusher might consider just saving the armor once again for the next round, and they will be able to buy. They got 2,400 into the next round, Alex, but you can see they've got 2k right now. It means every player will have 4,400. No one can get the AWP out. They can get M4's body armor and like a smoke and an HE. That's about it. It's not going to be ideal by any stretch of imagination, and Space Soldiers could take the lead after this round. Flusher won't even save the armor to get himself an extra $150 with the CZ kill, but he will go down. Certainly, Xantares will take him as he finishes off the round, tying things up again, and we'll continue that trend of it being a very back and forth game.
Straight back, locking horns once again. Any advantage Fnatic managed to recure in the first has been dealt with by Space Soldiers doing what they do best, actually. One of the best teams in the Pro League statistically for winning pistol rounds. I think Chad said something like 80%, or Yanko, actually.
Yeah.
That's madness, and they've managed to do it with that rather elaborate fake. And now they've managed to convert. So, 9 to 9. Jump into a weapon round. Admittedly, it's not prime in any way. You weren't wrong, Henry. Look at the limited utility from Fnatic. They've got nothing.
So, you can see even when they're opting for just the body armor, they're still almost of no utility at the 1 minute 35 mark. They have 1 smoke, 2 flashbangs. They have to fight for frags here. They cannot sit back. They cannot play a default round. You can see Crim's desperately trying to give them an opening. Anything he can find just to give them that edge, and it's not even going to happen. Crims will go down. Engine to open things up, but Flash is still alive and kicking here. Takes down Calyx. 4 on 4, but how will they retake a bomb? So they might not even have to if Golden keeps this up. Lovely work of the M4A4. They have the man advantage for now. Is it going to be enough as JW rotates in as well? But he takes the position of Golden. Will they be anticipating this? I'm not so sure.
This is lovely. He's caught a glimpse of Engine, but actually he blows his load a bit too soon. That's going to be a frag, an important one from Engine. Quickly traded off by Flusher, though. Still holding position from Connector. It's a 2 versus 2, and they're coming in as a unit. That SMG from Major is not going to be enough. Fortunately, Paz is there to hold his hand. Now just Lekro.
Yeah, they're out of there. Knives out. Try and make the jump towards short. Not going to happen. And I was going to long way, guys.
Yeah, actually, I didn't plan to do that.
I just didn't want to go that way, really.
It is quite, I mean, for everyone that's not in the top 10 Counter-Strike teams in the world, it's a bit of a scary jump.
It's a hard one. Yeah. I don't think I can, I've never attempted it.
Consistently,
really.
Yeah. That's why I always found, like, I was watching, he was a swag at Summit, and every round he'd do it just as a way to get to short. And I was like, you are
what a boss.
Such a boss, man.
Well, speaking of boss men, it will be Lekro up against 2 here. He'll go for the retake. He's got no kit, remember, Alex. The bomb's only just been planted, though. He needs to operate very quickly here. It's a horrible plan for him. He's got 1 flashbang, no smoke to cover. I think everyone knows he wouldn't even go for a fake defuse there. Paz won't even give him the opportunity. He just sprays him down, and that's going to be a really harsh round for Fnatic there. 4 in a row against him now. They get $2,900 this round, as we'll be into number 20 here.
How many weapon rounds have they had in the second half? 1. That was it, wasn't it? So this is going to be basically swallowing 4 rounds for Space Soldiers, swallowing their pride as well along the way. Quick look at the scoreboard. You can see Paz. We always talk about the Calyx, and we talk about Xantares. Paz not often part of that conversation, or at least as much. Still doing a spectacular job. Keeping Fnatic at bay. Space Soldiers, this has been a spectacular Pro League for them. Double digits already. One of the 2 teams. There's only 2 teams in the Pro League who've managed to pick up 10 wins, and this is one of them. Questions were raised about whether they could perform on a ping like this. Playing, of course, from Turkey. Hasn't affected them at all. Perhaps it has. Wait till you see them offline. Push them towards Connector. Fnatic have absolutely nothing to work with. It will just be a Deagle. I say nothing. He's managed to make it work, but unfortunately it's short-lived. Just going to be that Deagle on Golden and Lekro. And the pressure from Spatial. They're playing this right. You know, when you get quite critical, and just as I say that, Lekro does what he does best with the Deagle, and I'm going to shut up because another Major's gone down. Space Soldiers were doing it right, but you can't account for Lekro hitting shots like that. And look at the flank as well. Just Calyx left, and he's in death's door. JW's the one to close it.
Oh, it all got very awkward there very quickly.
Uncomfortable.
It was looking so good for them. Space Soldiers did everything right. Then the Deagle shots are hitting by Lekro, and that's always a scary prospect. He is so good at that Desert Eagle, so precise. Swedes always normally are, it seems like. You got Forrest is amazing with the Deagle. Lekro's great. Dennis is amazing with it. Swedes do love that particular weapon. Here's Lekro. Real crisp shot to kick things off. Didn't even need a headshot for that one. Took that Major very quickly, and then the round just fell apart out of nowhere.
It must be such a lovely feeling to have that in your toolkit as a player.
Yeah.
When you know on that, when you look at your money, it's like 1,400, 1,600. You're sitting there and you're like, actually, I can do something with this. At least just put $700 in. And those half buys, those ecos, they have a little bit more spice to them.
Absolutely.
I wish I could use the Deagle, man.
Do we have a timeout here? No, we're good. I thought there was only 4 players. There was one hiding away. In CD Spawn, there hasn't been an AWP really so far. JW bringing up for the first time in the second half here. Flashbang deployed, and he has got a slight gap, but not for long. That goes away. He fires the shot, and he'll just be falling back here. There will be an A split coming in. You can see 2 players towards middle, pushing anyone off towards short. They can. This will be Major just trying to jump in towards a window here. He will do that successfully. No boost required at all. JW a little bit worried now. Oh, and for good reason, as he misses the easy shot there. He was ready and waiting for that one. Pulls the trigger with the quick scope. It doesn't land, and a flurry of frags come in. Calyx looks towards the B window and manages to just absolutely wreck everyone. This will be Crims now left in a 5-on-1 out of nowhere. It's one of the quickest rounds we've seen so far. He'll just be holding by the steps, trying to get any sort of consolation frags at this point. Oh,
that's going to be a nightmare in the Fnatic communications. JW's in window. He hears a drop. He's looking directly at it, and by missing that shot, the round is gone. He's dead. His teammate's dead. There's an AWP in their hands, and they're on the site. That's an agonizing way to lose it, and that's kind of the definition of heroics, just jumping through smokes, manages to scavenge an AWP, and you can see he just catches him on the rotate immediately. Just see you later, alligator.
Great stuff by Major. You see how that tactic works now. It's very simple. Smoke window, smoke short, smoke towards the connector, jump on player up, in towards the window. His teammates taking all the aggro away towards the side. He's stopping any rotations, anyone getting out of that window. He's trying to find frags, anyone coming through the vent. Very simple, very effective. As we get into round number 22, money starting to dwindle for the CTs. They've got double orbs, but they're double deagles. It's a weird one.
Okay, well, I mean, I understand it. When you've got players like Lekro and Flusher, they are potent with it. However, it does put a whole lot of pressure on the other three. JW Golden with these orbs are going to be given the responsibility of, I would imagine, a site apiece. Yes, Golden hanging out towards triple on A. JW set up, I was going to say towards middle, but actually looks to be rotating. I don't know what sign he's received. It makes him feel like he has to bolster the numbers. Double orbs now set up on A, and Space Soldiers nowhere near that site just yet. Plenty of time, though, and it does look like they're going to be taking their time with this one. Just giving the bomb over to... Who was that? Do you not have a bomb icon? We do. My headset was blocking it. Calyx. It's now going to be wielding that one.
And you can see it's poised towards the B-bomb site. This is a full buy from Fnatic. Every dollar they had invested. Micro looks towards B. He's only got that Desert Eagle, though, remember, so he's got to hold off an entire bomb site. He's jumping for information right now. Santares, though, the sort of player that will hit that shot. As he holds up on the bomb side at this point, spots Santares, and he gets a dink through the walls. Not quite enough, though, to finish off the job just yet.
This is so nice from Space Soldiers. They throw all of their nades towards A, the two of them. They just leave Lekro now with the Deagle, but it's Lekro with the Deagle. Need I remind you what he's capable of? And now just one man left. JW's managed to catch him with that AWP. It's paying off. And another for Lekro to close it out. This is just getting bonkers now. I think the majority of his frags have been with a sidearm. 24 of them in total.
He just gets that dink and then just hides for so long. His teammates rotate through, they start pushing the flanks. He gets another kill, and he's just holding their bay. They don't even get off the balcony. And it's so good as his teammates came in the back as well.
There was 3 of them and 1 of him.
Yeah, and he just completely slowed everything down. There is one more buy available. Again, on either side, whoever wins this round will be forcing their team opposition to an eco. And at this point, it's very crucial coming to the head now of the entire game. It looks like we will see all 30 rounds at this point. As JW fires off through the smoke, lands his crosshair, tries to fire off. It might be Crims to strike first, does damage. Also received by Major as well towards the A side of the map, and the bomb's still down by T-Spawn, so as they fully commit, Major runs through the smoke by himself. That's a bit of a blunder. Flusher will take another, and it looks like Fnatic could be sending Space Soldiers to Eco Town. Not a good place to be. Flusher gets stinged through the corner of the wall, but safely falls back.
People of Eco Town can make a petition if you're not careful.
It's true. I keep bringing them up.
Bad-mouthing them,
yeah,
don't you?
I really do.
It's a nice place to be. I mean, you don't know that. How often have you been to Eco Town?
Only once.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And I didn't like it that much.
Okay, I can understand that. I went to Montenegro once. I got beaten up. Don't want to.
You got beaten up.
Santares, last man standing.
Sounds like a cool country, though.
Hashtag. Now. It's a perfect flash from Fnatic, and that will secure it. Crims have no trouble even scavenging away a cheeky Molotov for the coming round. Round 24, and you're right, Henry. We said it at round 5. We're saying it now at round 24. This is going to be neck and neck all the way.
What's the play there for Space Soldiers?
How does one break the back?
I think they'll take the full eco. They've got money to buy next round, so they can't really even partially buy into it. They'll get some PT50s, a Deagle, a CZ, a couple of flashbangs, and this could just be a straight up, it'll be execution. Just send 5 players there, smoke off the end of the apartments, flash out and try and jump out the window and hope for the best. We'll see if that comes into fruition. Just Lekro there again, but he's very solid. You can see all the CTs using AKs and orbs, and a single M4 in sight, Alex. It's quite nice.
It's lovely. Nades are going to be raining in. Excuse me. Let's have a little look how this one plays out. It is Lekro. This time he's got a bit of an updated arsenal. He's got that AK-47. He stole from one of those soldiers, and here's just the one. Now Santares closing in on the site. They haven't quite got off that balcony, but that's not stopping Calyx. Headshot into Flusher. Deagle City, really, here. Close relation to Eco City. Eco Town, there's the Deagle City, and there's JW with the AWP. Paz sleeping with the fishes, and this will be the end of the dream. Just Calyx left. Admittedly, though, they got the bomb down and 3 frags. Yeah. I mean, 0 complaints from Space Soldiers.
And it's going to be Fnatic, though, with the first time taking a substantial lead, 13-11. Bomb planted, that boosts the chances of the Space Soldiers going to the next round against an extra $800 per player, which would have been a good buy. So now they can get out the AWPs if they want to. Like we said, they're not really an AWP specialist team. Here's the replay from JW getting it done with the AWP. Ooh. Just as the flashbang comes in, pulls the trigger, takes down Paz with the tiniest of gaps. Even got a second with that one. That was quite filthy.
Yeah, the tiniest of gaps, tiniest of margins for 2 frags there, and that was enough to actually stabilize after what could very easily have been one of those messy rounds you choose to forget. And he's done the movement. Look at Flusher go.
It's such a hard, fast-paced game, isn't it? Every single round is just like something nuts happens.
It's intense, man. Flusher's managing to push up middle here, and this is quite exciting. Major, he's been very aggressive. He's been pushing through smokes himself, and now he lies in wait. He's anticipating some aggression. Flusher perhaps waiting for a flash from his comrade. Flash from Crims. He does only have one. Currently, his responsibility is holding underpass.
Yeah, he can't stay there for a long amount of time, seeing as he just got spotted there as well. He's going to be able to try and take him down. It's a really awkward encounter here, and Crims will not be winning it. Looks like Space Soldiers could be stealing another round back here, but look at all the damage inflicted. 10, 1, 12. That's Major, Engine, and Paz put together. It's not looking too good.
23 points of health between 3 players.
Yeah, it's not looking too promising for that. But it's still a 4-on-3 in their favour. If they go towards B, Lekro is going to be there to silence M4. Perfect weapon to mow those low HP players down. We'll see if it works out for them as they do start to position themselves towards that side of the map. Major is in towards CPL here. Rotation coming through from JW, who will be backing up Lekro. I still feel like Fnatic can do this one.
This doesn't happen that often, where you see so many players still alive with such a tiny amount of health. 3 bullets could render 3 kills here from Lekro. Just shooting them anywhere in that belly button, in their elbow, doesn't matter. It's down to Lekro. Major has managed to sneak onto the site, and he's already met his demise, and this could be messy. This feels bad, and it is. Lekro takes all 3 as they start to advance towards his bomb site, and he just reminds them whose it is. A quick triple, closing in on 30 frags now, the Swede. And Fnatic, you said it, this is the first time we've seen a lead start to actually establish itself, and it took a long time for this to be broken.
I was about to say, tactical pause would be perfect now for Space Soldiers. You can see they're in touching distance of a buy. They can just about get together like Galils and AKs and real basic utility. And he's like, do we let them get to match point and try and close it out in overtime? Or do we go all in? I think the mindset, especially in Pro League, with the fact you get less points for overtime, you might as well go for it, right? You might as well see what you can do. We'll see though, Lekro, here he is, perfectly played. Spotted the play across towards the bomb side, let him be, and then got the 3-man spray down. And it looks like they will be going for the buy indeed. You can see them juggling Galils, UMPs, I saw there as well, AKs. Basic utility, the UMP player probably getting a bit more, but this will be a set piece call, if I'm honest. This is where you're going for the execution right at the start of the round. You're trying to send those SMGs in first. We'll see if that lives up to expectations. Could just be a default. I haven't really seen much in terms of execution from
No, but that is an interesting kind of concept I hadn't considered, is when your money isn't as comfortable as it normally is, that this is when you do pull something out of the strap.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do right now. You can
nailed
see
it.
they'll go towards a execution coming in. They've got 1 player in the form of Major, the in-game leader. It's quite common for in-game leaders to hold the extremities of the map because they can get information. They can give the call when they think they've done enough work. So they don't have to rely on a teammate and think, oh, that would do. He knows he needs to get some shots out of someone, maybe tag someone up or call a rotation, hear some footsteps. He needs that sound cue to know when they should execute here. So we'll see whether Major gets anything done. He takes a bit of damage from the nade at the very start. His teammates, you can see, lining up the smokes. One for CT spawn there. Paz hasn't quite lined his up yet. There it is.
Just which one was it again? It was that pixel.
Guys, which colour was it? The second one.
Okay. And here they go, raining down. See the Fnatic reaction.
Just, you know, Major will come in and try to go short behind them once they plant, if they plant.
That's a big if at this point because Crims is putting up a fight, not going down just yet. The flash is perfect, could catch them in transition. No, nice anti-flash from Paz. Can't quite connect the shots though, and he's been taking a heavy hit. Dink from JW.
Oh, it's all right.
Flash AD. And are they going for the rotate? They've done this quite quickly. That bomb has just evaporated from A. Backing out after the initial failures. Lying in wait is not necessarily rewarded, but look at that. He's just done some trigonometry. That's Calyx gone. Major 2.
Oh, not ideal.
Match point now, unless something horrible happens. That will be it. Then Fnatic take themselves 15.
Yeah.
Oh, that was an intriguing round to kind of...
An interesting prospect,
conceive.
Yeah. So they went for... I think it's Major. My call was correct in the sense of when I said Major was going to go for the rotation. That's absolutely right. But he got the kill on the B side. They know Lekro plays that by himself, and he's like, if you can come back, let's go. Let's go back through the A ram, get that bomb back here. He got that opening kill as Lekro was falling back. They tried to go back towards B, but so much good rotation coming in from Fnatic has led us here. 15-11. This could be the end of the game. The money not awful. The loss bonus obviously racking up at this point. And they're going to be deploying that smoke towards the window again, and that's from courtesy of Calyx. And now Paz waiting for the aggression. This could be Fnatic closing it out. Engine only got the Deagle here. Galil for Major. They've got no grenades between the 2 of those players. Only 1 smoke now at this point. Flash up. Not really nailing that shot. Falls back though. Didn't give up his frag. Smoke towards short, and Crims will give it a go as well.
See what he can get done. Fantastic angle from Xantares, but Flusher just slaps him straight through the smoke. from JW. He's been able to get 1 and 2. So aggressive. And that's going to be the end of that one. Fnatic ending it just in a flurry of frags. 4 frags in the same amount of seconds. And ladies and gentlemen, Fnatic will take the first. Mirage concludes. And that was, I mean, it may look 16-11. You know, you're going to perhaps forget about this one. Up until that 24th round, that was negative.
Yeah, it was just some great rounds as well. Lots of close clutches, lots of great frags, knife kills, clutches.
Ecos, yeah.
Eco with victories, and I feel like that was a better team. Fnatic looked really good on their CT side there, and it's why they're becoming such a stellar team at this point. Their CT holds are very good. They're synergizing very well as a squad. Unlucky for Space Soldiers there, and we'll see if they can bounce back on the second map. We'll take a quick break and come back with that analyst desk.
Incendiary out.